Hi, YouTube. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in here. I got something to talk to you all about. I was just looking at a video by Dynamic Doings. I'll put the link and put a picture of her channel. And I got to 13 minutes in. Stop the video because my channel is about my life and it's about encouraging other people. She will be 40 in 2 weeks. I'm 63. So as a person that's 23 years plus older than her, this is my advice. Almost everything this young lady has talked about, I've been there, done that. Except for the fact of living at home until I'm 40 or being back at home. Because number one, my mom, she wanted me to be homeless. And so she wasn't gonna let me live with her, even if I lived in St. Louis, because the times that I did live there and needed to be at her house, she made sure I wasn't. It's number one. Number two, she mentioned how people are always asking her questions about her business and this, that, and the other. Sometimes you need to keep your business to yourself. You need to tell people, I don't feel comfortable telling you what's going on with me. It ain't none of your business. Or just look at them and walk away. Because some of those very people that are asking you questions about what you're doing are the very ones holding you back. They are discussing it with somebody else. Honey, did you hear? Honey, I hope she don't do it. I hope she fail. Girl, she ain't gonna do that. Or they are using witchcraft on you to block you. A lot of people don't believe that, but trust me, they asking you questions for a reason. And even if they're not doing witchcraft on you, just the mere fact that they putting it out in the atmosphere, that they don't want you to do anything and that you sound crazy and this, that, and the other, they are holding you back. They're holding you back. She mentioned how she decided to stay at home to help her mom out, and then her mom has asked her could she stay until somebody graduated or whatever, and she feels like she's stuck. She feels like she is in a position where she just can't say no. Let me tell you something. No is the most powerful word in the world. You cannot deplete yourself at somebody else's expense. You can't do it. Because if your well is depleted, how are you going to go on and help yourself? You know, one thing that I have learned is that for me, I'm a nice person. When somebody needs help, I'm there for them. Sometimes people start taking advantage of that. Sometimes people do it intentionally, and sometimes people do it non-intentionally. Sometimes when you're always there for somebody, they want to make you feel guilty when you're not. They'll say little innuendos to you. Sometimes people have told me, you're too confrontational. You're stubborn. Yes, I am. And you know why? because I have a voice. Finally. You know, when I was younger, I couldn't say anything. My mama was always telling me, shut up, shut up, shut up. Other people have told me, shut up, shut up, shut up. As if I didn't have an opinion. I couldn't think for myself. They tried thinking for me. So now I have an opinion. And if your opinion don't agree with my opinion, I'm going to let you know. If you tell me I need to do something and that's not what I want to do, I'm going to let you know. I don't care how much you think I'm confrontational. I have a brain. And if that's not what I want to do, I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to tell you. And if you feel like I'm confrontational and I'm stubborn, you are entitled to your opinion. It does not affect me one way or the other. You know, people say little things as a way to try to control you, get you back in line. Sometimes they don't even realize it. But when you have become a strong person, I just kind of sit back and laugh at it and be going like, okay, they are wasting their breath on me. It means nothing. Because if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. If I feel like I need to get some rest, I'm going to get some rest. If I don't want to answer my phone, you or nobody else can make me. I've been there, done that. I got away from that. That will keep you stressed. That will keep you depressed. That will make you feel like you're not living your life in peace, while somebody else is. Why would you allow somebody to enslave you while they doing whatever the hell they want in their life? No. I had a neighbor that I've been helping, and she might see this, so be it. And she told me she had somebody to knock on my door the other day because I had my phone down. I was sleeping. And I called her. She acted like she was a little upset. I don't know if she was or not. I don't care. You know, if she was upset, that's on her. But she kind of was like, why you not answering your phone? Why you don't have your phone gone? I said, because I'm asleep. But what if I fall? I said, okay, if you fall and you can't reach me or reach someone else, call 911. You would have called 911 before you met me. If I wasn't in your life, you would have called someone else. You would have got the help that you needed. I'm not going to be enslaved because you feel that I should keep my phone going for you. No. I don't let people do that to me. When I'm depleted, I'm going to shut my phone off. I'm going to get me some sleep. And I am going to rest. Because the one thing that I will have in my senior life until God takes me home is peace. It's peace. And I'm not going to let nobody disrupt that peace. When you've been through everything that I've been through in life, you learn. To hell with them. It's their problem, not mine. You can't continue to be depleted and depleted and depleted while others aren't. You know, we are on this earth to help one another, but don't allow somebody to enslave you. You just can't do it. She mentioned that she didn't want to go into the next century of continuing to have her bank accounts overdrawn. I got a solution for that too. And it is use fintech bank accounts. Because if a check or something comes through and the money ain't there, they just won't accept it. They just will not accept it, which means you're not overdrawing your account because they won't allow it, which means you're not paying overdraft fees. I have another solution for that. See, as Black people, we don't do budgets. I do. I do a budget every month, and I stick to it 95% of the time. Every month, when I get my money, I go to my budget. I pay the things that I need to pay at the first of the month. I have something that comes around the 6th, around the 4th, around the 9th, and my last couple of things comes on the 17th and the 23rd. And I make sure I have money for all of those things before I do anything else. And when I run out of money, I have a charge card that I use. I have two. But you know something? With those charge cards, I keep them 5% and under most of the time. Every now and then, they may get to 7 to 10%. But it's in my budget to keep them paid down. Another thing that I decided to do as a senior citizen, I told myself, I will no longer have bad credit as a senior citizen. And I don't. I have good credit for the first time in my life since my early 20s, because I refuse to have bad credit as a senior. And you know, I've seen some recently that said seniors shouldn't have to worry about their credit. You can believe that bull if you want to. You can. I'm not. Good credit equals a good life, even as a senior. Because I know with good credit, I can start a business and I can go into any bank and I can get some money. May not be everything that I want to get, but I can get some money and I can get some credit. My wish for that young lady and everybody else that are in a situation like that. Oh, wait. It's another thing that she mentioned. She mentioned how creative she is and she doesn't want to work a job. To that, I have this to say. The Bible says your gifts will make a way. I was a balloon artist for years because it was something that I absolutely loved. And I'm telling you, if I hadn't had the witchcraft over my life, those balloons would have made me a millionaire. But because I was telling all my business, that was stopping me. But at least I was doing something that I absolutely love. I had a job at times, but doing something that you absolutely love, that brings in income, it's the best thing for your heart. I was looking at another channel today, and she said, somebody said, you don't go to work to be happy. You go to work to pay your bills. the most stupidest thing I have ever heard. And people are so indoctrinated with that type of bull, they believe it. You have so many people who are stressed on these jobs, dealing with these toxic jobs, toxic coworkers, toxic bosses, and they won't leave. They'll just stand, they'll stay there. They will not leave. They will not figure out what else they can do to quit their job, because everybody around them are telling them all kind of crazy stuff like that. Let me be the one to tell you, you better find you something to do, because after you have that stroke from all of that stress, after you get that illness from all of that stress, and you have no choice but to leave that job, somebody else is going to be in that position. That job ain't going to be thinking about you. Your co-workers are not going to be thinking about you. Your boss ain't going to be thinking about you. And that company ain't going to be thinking about you. They going to replace you and keep it moving. You better figure it out. We don't have to stay at somebody's job all of our life being unhappy. People say things to you. My sister told me when I was moving away from St. Louis in 1991, December, I give you 3 months. You'll be right back here. You don't know what you're doing. It was 6 years before I moved back to St. Louis. And I'm going to tell you, when people make comments to you like that, it's because they can't do it. And they want to keep you from doing it. If you feel like you can leave a job, move away, if you have that desire in your heart, pray and do it. Do it for you. Don't listen to somebody else. And even if you fail and you have to go back for 3 months, go back, regroup, and leave again. But mainly, people are telling you stuff out of fear. It's like crabs in a barrel. I had my supervisor told me, you young folks don't know what y'all want to do. You're going to leave a job that you've been on 10 years and go to Atlanta and do what? Sell some t-shirts? I told her, if need be, I will. Wasn't going to let her stop me either. I still don't live in St. Louis. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Herndon, Virginia, and I have retired here in Las Vegas, and I am loving it. Guys, you have to pray, step out on faith, and go for it. Because our Father tells us he will not withhold one good thing. He tells us to live by faith and not by sight. We have got to learn to think for ourselves. You know, I had some situations going on too, but I had to figure it out. And once you figure out how you can get things done on your own, let me back that up. Once you figure out how you can get things done with God, you're okay. You are okay. It's called praying, giving it over to God and moving on. She said that she feels embarrassed when she have to borrow money from her sister who's 12 years younger than her. She feels embarrassed when she had to borrow money from her mom. Been there, done that. When I used to have to borrow money from my mom, or so I thought, I had to over-explain myself. Do you know how it feels when you have to over-explain yourself to somebody? Especially somebody that you have no idea at the time knows what they doing to you. And that's one of the reasons why you in the situation you in. I'm telling you. I don't have to borrow money from nobody nowadays because I live by my budget. I have my finances in check. And if things get out of line, because we all know they can and will sometime, you better look up. He is your source. He is your source. I don't have to call my family and tell them none of my business to get money from them. My son won a substantial amount of money this month or whenever they tape The Price is Right. And somebody said, well, did he send you some? And I says, no. Why not? He your son. My son don't have to send me no money. If he wants to send me some money, he would have told me. But that's his money. I don't need to get my son's money because he won some money. He may have something to do with that money. He may not want to give me any of his money. I'm okay with that because my father is my provider. I'm good. People get the wrong impression of things and people sometimes. I have a different mindset now. A totally different mindset than I had years ago. I have peace. And when you have peace, I believe you have a different mindset. You have a different mindset where you can encourage others. And I'm telling you guys, there is a shift going on in this world. And we are out here pouring our hearts out, getting encouragement from other people, getting advice from other people, and living our best lives. When I was going through my hell of being homeless so much, it got to the point, guys, that every time I look around, I was moving out of my extended stay hotel or out of my apartment. And I would tell myself, look, you have 5 minutes to scream, shout, cry, tell God what you got to say about this situation again. But after 5 minutes, it's time for you to get busy. And that's what I would do. It didn't feel good. If I had to move out of here, it won't feel good. But I have to do what I have to do. There are some things we just don't have no control over. And we got to pray and say, God, look, this is what I'm facing. This is what I'm experiencing. My chest is tight. But Father, you say you will not put no more on me than I can bear. So I have to trust and believe that. And go on. We are all probably experiencing all kind of things right now. Food prices too high. Apartment prices are crazy. I saw something today about the homelessness right here in Las Vegas. I agree. I agree 100%. But sometimes we do things to ourselves, because we have a lot of homeless people who get a check, just like me. We have a lot of homeless people who work. But you know what their biggest problem is? A lot of them are going to them casinos trying to win some money. And they don't have the common sense to say, you know what? I got to stop this. Instead of me taking my money to the casinos trying to win it, I'm already homeless. Why don't I take that money and save it for at least 3 months and see if I can get myself out of this situation? Because they can, if they really want to. When you get tired of something, you're going to make a change. You will make a change. And if that change means getting on your knees, looking up, praying, and having faith, that's a good change. If that change means you encouraging yourself, this situation is going to change. This situation ain't going to always be like this. Do it. But life is life. And sometimes it's going to be bad, sometimes it's going to be good. But you have to decide how to live it. Be blessed, guys.